Hi guys. So this video is going to be a little bit about human psychology, and this is completely based on my human experience, based on all the interactions with people, and also me decoding and studying that through psychology from all the YouTube videos or the research from articles or Google research, everything. When a person is intimidated by you, there are different ways how they show up. Now imagine you are a person who is very beautiful. You're extremely physically very attractive. Okay. And if you're a woman, you will obviously attract many men who will want to be with you because you're confident, because you're beautiful, because you know your worth, and you're not going to waste your time and your energy into people or into places who are not worth your time. Now, when you are that high value women, like us, how we all are in the soul tribe, we will end up attracting men who are actually lacking in their confidence, who actually don't have much self esteem about themselves, and they actually see you or they see us, divine feminines, as a woman, as a symbol of status or as a symbol of power. So, when a man, okay, who does not have much self esteem, who does not have much confidence in himself about the way he looks, about the power that he doesn't have over his life or over himself and his habits, and maybe he doesn't like how other people treat him, and there's a way how he wants people around him to treat him, but he's not getting that kind of treatment from the people, like a high value person or not. And usually what happens in that case is that person starts seeing you, a woman who is confident in herself, has or like a symbol of status or like power. So you might think like, oh, I met this guy, he's so attractive. Like, you find him attractive, like he could be physically beautiful, like he could be handsome, he has a good physique, maybe he's well built, he's muscular and he's tall. So when such a man approaches you, you are gonna be like, oh, he's so handsome, he's so well built, he's tall, and he's all of that. And you're gonna see him like, maybe I could date this guy because there's attraction, because that you find that person attractive. But you don't actually know what is going on the other side of that person, which that person may himself may not be aware of, until and unless you end up rejecting that person, or you end up removing that person from your life, or you end up cutting off that person from your life. That is when a person truly shows their power to you, or they truly show their real side to you. I believe that a person who shows up in every day is not their real themselves. A person, or the real person, or the real identity of a person is shown when a person rejects them. Like, this doesn't have to be romantic at all. Okay, like, imagine a person rejects you, and how you react to that rejection. Like, it could be a romantic rejection, like you genuinely were interested in that person romantically, and that person did not reciprocate that, so you felt rejected. And how do you respond to that? Like, I don't mean how you physically respond to that person, like texting or call, even worse. Like, how do you feel inside of you, which you do not share with him or with anybody? This has no gender, it's neutral. And take this message as how it resonates. And if this video found you right now, this was meant to find you, because this was not the message that I wanted to do at all. I have no idea where this message is gonna go. I'm just gonna trust my intuition and give you the message that I will give you. And I'm actually telling this because I recently came across a person, and that person is tall, well built, and is muscular and all of that. And I could see that that person is attracted to me. But maybe first day I was a little bit attracted to that person, but after that I just didn't feel the vibe. I just didn't feel that this person is my type of person, you know, that not the type of person that I would want to date, because I don't date to just go on 2 or 3 dates, or I don't do all of that stuff, if you know what I mean. Like, I date to marry. So I I realized that this is not that kind of person, and I genuinely did not want to waste my time or my energy. So I withdrew myself and my energy from that person. So the next encounter, like the first day, the first encounter was all normal. I was pretty chill. We were all having fun. And even with that person, I could see that person was a very proactive and approaching me, like trying to be beside me with every conversation that I'm having with other people, trying to be involved in the conversation that I'm having with another person. So I could see that, but it wasn't invasive. He just genuinely wanted to be a part of the conversation. So the first day I actually didn't feel it that much, you know. But then after that, what ended up happening is the next day or the next time we met, I actually genuinely was not interested in that person, and that had nothing to do with him. It had everything to do with me, because I was genuinely not, he was not the person that I was looking for. Could be energetically, could be even ideologically, how we think, how we see the world and everything. And when I did not reciprocate the energy that person was sending my way, that's when I actually realized that, oh, like the image that I had about this person was actually not true. And that's when I saw the real side of the person. Just give me 1 second, I'll turn off the lights. Yes, thank you for being so patient. And that is exactly what I mean. Like, I mean, obviously, since I did not reciprocate the feeling, that person might have taken that as a rejection. Okay, that person might have taken that as a rejection, even though I did not reject that person. It was basically not a match, you know. And I'm saying this with real, like, when I realized this, I was shook. And this happens both ways, okay? One thing is to know that you see this. Now imagine, now you are listening this message from me, and so you'll be like, oh, or you might already know this, like, yeah, I know they're with them for money or for power or for as a symbol of status. But when that happens with you, you know, when you actually go through that and you realize, like when you actually have that experience, and then, because at the first day I did not feel that vibe at all from that person, and then the second time I come and I realized ki, like, oh my god, like all of that was just because I was reciprocating all that kindness and niceness. Now that I did not reciprocate, that was his real side, because that person literally took the rejection as a self-esteem ki, like, oh, that I think I am everything, and that person is, you know, I don't know, that person put me on a pedestal. Like, having me is equal to, like, that person had literally put me on a pedestal above all the women that were there. And that person was like, even though he would flirt with everyone, he would still at the end come back to me, you know, like, and then had put me on a pedestal. And then that person was like, oh, if I be with this woman, like with me, then it's like I'm in high in status, because this woman is attractive. And I was interacting with pretty much everyone in the group, and I was having really good time or good conversation with pretty much everyone, not just one person. But that person was not able to do that, because low self-esteem, low confidence, and fear of being perceived wrong, and fear of being rejected, or even, I don't know, whatever, that person. And when I did not reciprocate the energy the following day, that person took that very personally. And this happens both ways. Like, this applies to women as well. So be very, very careful and mindful of the people that approach you. Now, if you are a woman who has high standards, high value, okay, you want a man who chases you, or you want a man who sees your worth, who sees your value, and who will take care of you, who will provide for you, who will nourish you, who will protect you, you know, like a masculine man, like a divine masculine man, not an aggressive, toxic status symbol, all that. No, like a divine masculine man, like who will love you like he's like Sri Ram and you're like Sita, like that kind of divine love. And you want to be a divine feminine, you want to be put in your feminine energy, and you want to be in your energy where you want to be a good girlfriend or a wife to that person, along with you knowing your worth. And you also take care of yourself, and you also take care of your partner, while he does the same thing to you. He takes care of himself and he takes care of you. At the same time, a man and his wife, or like a man and his beloved partner. Now when you have such high standards, there will be two type of people who will approach you. Now this has got nothing to do with gender, but let us take as a man as a perspective, but this can apply to women as well. Now if you are a woman with a high value or a high status, like when I say status, you're beautiful, maybe you have money, or it could be self-built that you have built for yourself, or it could be your families or your generational wealth that your parents have earned throughout generations, and you have built a name for yourself, like your family has built a name for yourself. And as I mentioned, there are two types. The first type of men will be the type of men who see that you're a high value, you have high standards, you know your worth, and they have all of the resources. Generally they have the power, they have the time, they have the money, they even know what you want, and they know how to give it to you exactly the way you love it, you know, like everything: intimacy, power, even princess treatment, even money, buying you gifts, showering you with love, everything. Like it is literally like example of Liz and Landon. Okay, I don't know where this example came from, they just came from out of nowhere. Now the women, as I was mentioning, was like Liz, and the Landon, same type of man that I just described now, has money, has power, has status, has everything. But this person approached her with the intention of his lack of self-esteem to having such a woman who knows her worth will sort of add him like, I have a woman who has high status, who has high symbol of she takes care of herself and she has built a well name for herself. So having such a partner with me, as my partner, will increase my status, will increase my level, my power, and the way people perceive me in the society. And this is genuinely very toxic. Like if a person, this is people coming to you because you have name, you have power. Do you want this kind of love in your life? I mean, I'm not against people. People marry people for so many different reasons, and that is their personal choice. I'm nobody to tell them, to be honest. But if you ask for my advice, I would suggest you marry only for love and for nothing else. Or else, why would you even want to marry another person and give them your time and energy if you don't even love them? Isn't that why people divorce after so many years? Because they don't have that love. Even if they have money, or even if they have children, even if they have built an empire or businesses together, but they don't love each other anymore. So if they don't love each other, they'll not be attracted to each other. And be aware, be very, very, very aware of this kind of men. Give me another minute, I'll close the window. Dogs are literally howling right now and I'm a little bit scared. I know you did not wait. I know you skipped 10 seconds. Or if you waited like until I come back, you're a genuine soul and I love you for that. Okay. So what I was saying is, be very mindful, and this has got nothing to do with men. Like there are women like that. Like if you are a male and you're very attractive, you have the physique, like you genuinely take good care of your body, so you have all that six pack, you have all that muscles, or the type of body that you genuinely find it to be healthy for you. And then you have money because you genuinely want to be financially abundant, and you have good connections, you're well connected. So women see you as a status of power, they see you as a status of money, and they see you as someone who could give them that lifestyle. Now obviously when you're choosing a person to marry, you will obviously choose a person based on the kind of lifestyle that they have, how much they're earning, because all of that genuinely does matter. Because if you're gonna marry them, everything that is yours, like you will be sharing life with them, you genuinely wanna have the kind of lifestyle that they are having, at the same time you are having it. Like if you're gonna marry a person because he has money, or if you're gonna marry a person because he has that lifestyle, then you will be dependent on that person for all of that. What will you do when that person goes away? Like genuinely, like when that person will go away, you're not gonna have that lifestyle anymore, you're not gonna get access to all of that money. This goes both ways. Like even for the women who marry a man for money, what will you do when he finds another hot younger woman and he runs to her, and you are left here with nothing? Are you gonna go behind him for alimony? Like I find that so stupid. Like people, when you know that this person will might cheat upon you, and you sign prenups or you sign alimony, and you'll be like, if in case happens, this is the thing. But if you already have a doubt in your head, it's like this person might cheat on me or might end up doing something or might sabotage everything that I have worked hard, why are you choosing that person in the first place? It is literally like a very simple example. If you're questioning yourself if your boyfriend loves you or not, does he even really love you? Because if he loved you, you wouldn't question it. That is exactly the thing. Like if you're marrying a person, I don't really understand this alimony or even prenup. I completely understand that people genuinely want to save their money, but that just shows to what degree people have downgraded to the fact that we even have to sign prenup before marrying because we genuinely cannot trust a person. That is how love has come to. Like aajkal, love has become such a thing. It is so overgraded, or it is so overused, that the true definition of love has literally been ruptured. And the love that was there in the time of Ramayana, or the example that we use of Sri Ram and even Sita, or even Radha Krishna, or even Lord Shiv and Shakti, Parvati, like that is all ruined. And that love genuinely feels like it doesn't exist anymore, But if you think in that way, then it exists in that way. Like you will see the world as you are. Isn't that right? All of the big quotes that you have learned. You will see the world as you are. So if you believe that men are all cheaters, men are gonna approach me with this intention. I'm not saying that men do not cheat or women do not cheat. But if you are gonna be stuck in a mindset ki like all men cheat, or all women cheat, or all men are gold diggers, or all women are gold diggers, or men only want beautiful women, they want big boobs or just big ass or something like that. Like if you are stuck in that, like if you have that thinking ki like if you marry a man, you don't know when he might end up cheating, so I'll sign a prenup. I'll also make sure that I get some alimony because I'm a housewife, or I genuinely want to continue this lifestyle but I don't want to do any work. Then you keep thinking that again and again, and you keep saying out loud to every person you meet, even on social media, even you post it on your stories, that you keep saying that you actually end up manifesting that. And you keep attracting people that prove to you that all men are cheaters, that you're a man hater, or all women are cheaters. Like if you're a man, or even as a woman, if you say all women are cheaters, you will keep end up attracting that kind of people that you are saying. So if you become a person feel like, no, love exists, I agree that in this world love is fucked up, love is fucked up. No, I'm literally thinking at the same time in the back of my head, what should I name this video subtitle, like the caption as? And I'm getting few ideas, but since I am saying this, like I'm not able to work two things at a time, so I'm gonna focus on this. But I'm also getting other ideas, so I'm trying to jot that down as well. What I'm genuinely saying is the true definition of love that was there long back in the era of Sri Ram, Sri Krishna, Ram Sita, all the glorious stories that we look up to and the kind of love that we want in our life exist. It exists if you allow it to exist, if you want it to exist, if you become a person and you're like, no, real love doesn't exist. If I marry a person, I don't know if that person is gonna cheat up on me. I don't know when he's gonna cheat up on me. So instead, I sign a prenup, and if we couldn't sign prenup, I somehow try to get his alimony, and I can live my best life. Blah blah blah. This works for men as well. This has nothing to do with women. This is very gender neutral. Please use your discernment with all the information that I'm sharing before you come and comment everything unwanted in my comment section. Okay? I'm making this very clear, making this 100% clear. This is completely gender neutral. When you believe in this way, you will keep attracting that kind of people or that kind of men or women in your life who will keep proving to you, this is why we need prenup, this is why we need alimony. Are you seeing that woman, or are you seeing that man? Like, that man literally cheated on his wife. Thank God she signed prenup. Like, she would have gotten so many signs from universe that that man is a cheater, but she still ended up fumbling and being with that man even when she still got signs. And this takes us to the next thing that I wanted to say. Actually, this is what I wanted to 2022 on the timer. This is what I wanted to begin the video with. That is, you have no idea how intuitive we humans, especially we women, are. And I have two crazy examples which I literally experienced just 30 minutes ago before starting this video, and that situation is what literally compulsively made me make this video. Compulsively. Go and Google what is the meaning of compulsive. It's different from impulsive. So the first one is, I was just in my room and my dog was outside in the terrace. I was in my room and I was just, cleaning my room and everything, and all of a sudden I had thought, like, I remembered my dog, like, oh, let me check on my dog. What is he doing? Like, I should call him in, because it was a very split second thought that came to my mind, like, my dog, my Leo, his name is Leo, he wants to come inside my house, like inside my home, and I have to check on him and open the door and see what he's doing. And this was millisecond, just happened in a millisecond or in a second, which I am explaining so you'll understand what I felt. And then I just looked through my window, and guess what my dog was doing? He was literally sitting exactly outside my door, in front of my door, and he was waiting for me to come and open the door. Like, he did not bark. Usually my dog barks or he whines outside my door, indicating that he wants to come inside now, that he's done with his night stroll and he wants to come inside. But tonight, what happened? I'm pretty sure this might not be the first time, but this might be the first time where I might have intuitively picked it up. And the fact that he was sitting outside my door and he was just sitting there, and he just comes in when I open the door, and he literally came in, because usually what happens, I open the door, I have to call him, like, Leo, come inside. And he, you know how dogs are, they just run everywhere, they run here and there and they play with you and everything. But this time he just stooped up, he came under my room and he just sat. And after that incident, like, looking back now, I'll describe you. This might sound crazy to you, but it doesn't sound crazy to me at all, because I'm a very intuitive person. And it was as if Leo literally intuitively or telepathically talked to me, like, hey mom, open the door. I'm waiting here for you to open the door. Can you please open the door for me? I want to come inside. Telepathically, he did not even bark, and I picked it up intuitively as a thought in 1 second. Intuition. The second example, as I told you, my dog comes inside, he is sleeping and he slept. And then after that, I was about to make this video, but I was confused what should I say, because I had so many things to say. So I was sort of planning it mentally, that what should I say, how should I begin the video, blah blah blah, everything. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, I just felt like, without any thought, I was drawn to my window and I just opened the curtains. And I'm like, why am I opening the curtains? It felt like my window is open, or like I need to close my window, or it was something related to window, and I opened the curtains. Then, like, Sara window to band hai, all the windows are closed and there is nobody, so I just closed the curtains. And then guess what? The very next second, my sister comes and knocks on the window because she needed something from me. And the moment she knocked, I instantly realized that somebody's there, and I knew that it was my sister without even second guessing. She did not even talk, she didn't even say anything, she just knocked, and I realized it was my sister. And it could be nobody else other than my sister. And then not even my mom nor my dad, I knew instantly that it's my sister. and I asked her what does she need, and I gave her the key. And then after that, I realized, like, wait, I knew that I'd closed the window. Like, I knew I closed the window, I remembered. But at the same time, my dog is inside. There is literally, I forgot the fact that I didn't lock the door downstairs, and that's how she came up, but I thought I had locked. But that was not the point. The point is that I had locked my windows. The curtains was closed. I think the downstairs gate is locked. So there's no way she could have come. So there is no way that I could have known that she's gonna come, and and this happened like 2 seconds before my sister came and knocked in. 2 seconds before. 2 seconds. Are you seeing? This is how intuitive we women are. And this is what I wanted to start the video with. I don't even know how I went on the dating thing. And this is exactly what I mean, that we women we humans, we as living beings on this earth, we are so intuitive. And being intuitive also means being telepathic. Like, you can pick up people's thoughts, you can read people's mind without even genuinely being with them, all through energies. And this is genuinely possible, and only possible if you trust your intuition, and you trust yourself, and you trust your God. The higher source, or the God. And this is exactly what I mean when it comes to dating. I really needed to tell you these two examples so that you would know how big I'm stressing upon intuition. So now I'm rounding back to the topic that I started with dating. Now, how will you differentiate these two type of men? Like, the kind of man that is approaching you, is it a person who genuinely loves you, who genuinely wants to be with you? See, I am a person, if I am ever marrying a man, I will only marry for only and only love. I don't care what the world says, I don't care what my parents say, I will only marry a man for love. But at the same time, I will ensure that that person takes care of me financially. That person will be my protector, and he'll be there for me and my kids when I need him. And he will take care of me emotionally, and even physically, and even mentally, because that is what a man does when he truly loves you. And me as a wife or as a woman, I will nurture him, and I will also take care of him financially when, his financial situations are low, because I genuinely want to be a working woman. But at the same time, I want to be a housewife. Like, both, both, like wife and also like a working woman, both. But at the same time, being in my feminine energy. So when I say choose a man for love, this is my opinion, not like opinion, this is my perspective. Okay, and it doesn't matter what the society says. And hear me out, you will understand why I'm saying this for a whole reason. Because if you ever marry a person for money, even for just physical intimacy, or because that person is attractive, if you marry a man because he's attractive, what will you do once he loses out of that shape? Or even as a woman, if you marry a woman who is physically very beautiful, what will you do after 10 years? She doesn't look the same. So you'll go to another younger woman who looks hot. So now, that is a thing. There is no guarantee that that person is going to stick with you unless you truly end up falling in love with their soul. And the second thing is, if you marry them for their money, again, man or woman, doesn't matter, whoever chooses people to marry them for their money or for the status, what will you do once all their money is gone, their status is gone, and that person is crying, they're like, oh, mera sara paisa chala gaya, ab main kya karu? Or mera sara paisa chala gaya, what will I do? In that moment, what will you do? So you will just get up and live, unless you ended up falling in love with that person, and now you will stay with that person. In this case, since you married that person for money, pretty chances that you did not. Now you will find another person. You married that person for status, you married that person as a symbol, like, oh, I attracted this kind of man, and I married this hot man who is very powerful, he has all this money, he has all the status, look all the women that look all the women that are drooling over him, but he chose me, so that makes me the higher woman, that puts me on a pedestal, that shows my value, my worth. If you marry a person to has a symbol to show how you are, then what will you do when that person is stripped of everything that you married them in the first place for? Then will you be able to handle that? Then when that person doesn't have money, then you're literally left with no money. When that person's lifestyle is taken away, you're literally left with nothing, until and unless that person decides to rebuild again. But that is up to that person. You don't know how that person will react. Will that person be like, start crying like, oh, I'm bankrupted, or like मेरा ये हो गया, oh, this happened, that happened? I'm Indian, guys. Hindi थोड़ा बीच बीच में निकल जाता है. And if you're not from India and if you do not understand Hindi, comment where you're from and where you're watching this video from. 30 to 22 on the timer. Okay, so that is the thing. And the second type of men is what will genuinely happen when you are marry a person for love. And when you marry a person for love, no matter how much money they lose, no matter what happens, you genuinely love them for who they are, not for the person because he has money or she has status or she has that power or this or that. You married that person because you love their soul, and now you will stick with them through thick and thin, and ensure that that person also loves you back before marrying them. Just because you love this person doesn't mean that you will end up marrying that person and you see that that person doesn't love you at all. Then that is literally stupid. It has to be mutual, it has to be reciprocated. So be aware of such people who approach you, because me being a very attractive woman, genuinely sometimes it is actually very hard for me to even differentiate why these men are approaching me and what is their intention with them. You know, when you're an attractive woman and so many men are approaching you, it literally sometimes gets you on your ego, and you'll be like, oh, so many men are approaching me, all of that. But to be honest, that has nothing to do with me being attractive. That has nothing to do with me being beautiful or having the money or having the lifestyle or even being smart or knowledgeable, because some people might approach me as a symbol like, oh, look who I attracted. I have this pretty woman beside me who's hot and who's attractive, she has a good body and all of that. So they're literally flexing themselves with me having beside them. So it is genuinely very hard for attractive people, like men and women both, to genuinely figure out what is the intention of this person that is approaching us. Now this is what happens with attractive people. Like when I see attractive people and people or men, like let's take example of attractive women attracting attractive men. And when I can clearly see that this person is only going to her because she is beautiful and he sort of wants to show her as a status of symbol or as a power or being the it couple only for the namesake, just to prove to everyone that he is everything because he has her beside him, and that woman is not able to see this because she might be in her ego in that time, like, oh, look who is approaching me, many men are approaching me and all of that. And when I am able to see that, I genuinely feel so sorry, but at the same time I feel like can't you read the room? So this is exactly what I mean, guys. Just because being a person, many men or even many women approaching you does not mean that they're approaching you because you are attractive or you are good or you have good qualities or you're kind or you're empath. This has got nothing to do with you, and this has everything to do with that person. And how will you know with what intention they're approaching you? Intuition. Listen to this intuition. And people, when you meet them for the first time, even it could be friends, even it could be partners, it could be when you go on a date, it's a blind date, or you met a person online and now you met them, you meet them physically, and people, like, obviously you will try to rely on your intuition with the kind of vibe that person gives you off and how that person makes you feel. Based on that, if you'll decide if this person actually wants to, like, if you want them to be in your life or not. But energy manipulation is real. One thing is to manipulate you mentally, like mental manipulation, like, hey, I'm actually good for you, I want to be with you, and I can provide you everything that you need, like, Another thing, this is mental manipulation. Like, you will know that this person is manipulating you into tricking to being with you. But at the same time, you will realize when you actually look into that, there is also something called as energy manipulation. Now, what do I mean by energy manipulation? Remember the example that I gave you of that one guy? that is called as energy manipulation. I'm a very intuitive person and I can pick up energies. People, I will be able to read people literally in a second sometimes. Like, I just need that 1 second where I can pick up, like the second that where people put their guards down. That is only time where you can pick up intuitively what that other person is genuinely, truly to their core. See, we as a human, we have like a core. Like imagine an atom. Like atom, the center core is its nucleus, which has all the electrons revolving outside of the nucleus. Now, what do I mean by this? Is that nucleus is like the real core, like the real thing where the real matter is present, proton and neutrons. Isn't that right? Like the real center mass. Now imagine that as a person that we are. Like as a human, we have what a person genuinely truly is to their inner core. Like इस व्यक्ति का सच्चा रूप क्या है? Like what is the real truth or the real side of this human being? And then that is what they are born with, like that is what they are born with. And then growing up, because of their environment, we get a lot of shields or a lot of masks and filters, or you can think of it like a layer. Now imagine this book. This is now like a real core of a human being growing up. Now this book is growing up as a human to be an adult. It will start getting so many like mask or filters or whatsoever, and it will become an adult. Now this is the adult, but this is the real self of the person. But this is what this person became through all of their life experiences, all of the people around them, through the environmental conditioning, through their person or through their parents, through traumas, or even through emotional baggages, through problems, through their fears, through their insecurities. And we create shield and masks around all our insecurities, all our mistakes, all our faults, all our traumas, all our baggages. This is what we humans normally do. Please use all this information at your own discernment, and do not come back commenting in my comment section, because I can already feel so many people be like, what is she saying? I can feel that here, guys. Even before you even go and comment that, I can already feel your energy. So that is what I mean. Now how will you know? Now that is exactly what I meant. Like this is the real now truth of a person. And as I told you, let's go back to the same example so I can clearly make you understand what do I mean by this, and how can you use your intuition in dating or even in reading people. Because this is not just useful in dating, but this is also useful in your day-to-day interactions with every human being, with every friendships that you make, because energy vampires are real. There are literally souls. When I say soul, like people, like souls out there who literally have so much bad karma. Like they have so much bad karma that they know that they will get all their bad karma in their life. So they latch on to people who are good, who have good karma, because people who have good karma will actually not get any bad karma. Like their energy literally protects the people with the bad karma, because that person is with that person, because there's an energy exchange by being with that person. And this is exactly what I meant by that man which I gave you example. So that man did not approach me with the intention that he's attracted to me, he sees value in me, and he genuinely wants to explore this dating with me. No, with the intention that I am a woman with a good karma and maybe I will shield him, because we women are spiritually enlightened. Like we women are like more intuitive compared to men, but men at the same time are intuitive, because we humans or all the creatures living on this earth, they're all very intuitive beings, because spirituality. So that person literally just approached me with the intention of having me beside him, so that that person will get that fame, that status. Now this is in the 3D perspective, but if you look in the spiritual perspective, because that person had so much bad karma that that person literally knew that my good karma, that my light will protect that person. Because if I'm constantly interacting with that person, if I'm talking with that person, like how now I'm talking to you, so we're sort of having an energy exchange, so you will be able to feel my light energy, my light vibe. Now that is exactly what happens when you talk to that other person. And when I met the first day, I couldn't tell at all, but I sort of figured ki how the person is the day I met that person. But the next day there was a lot of energy manipulation ki like I was not able to access my intuition. Like I genuinely did not know if I should talk to this person or not. Like genuinely I depend, like I rely on my intuition. Like if my intuition says don't talk to this person, I don't talk. It doesn't have, मुझे कोई logical reason नहीं चाहिए to cut a person off. If my intuition says cut that person off, I will cut that person off, because I trust my intuition so much, because our higher selves actually guides us through our intuition to be that higher self. You know, it is like destiny guiding the person throughout the journey so that that person can reach the destiny, because that is when it becomes a destiny. So first day I figured like, oh, this man is actually not that self-confident, not that this and everything, and that person actually uses people or takes advantage of their kindness or everything, or uses them as a symbol of status or power. And when after that, if they find something more interesting, they might actually dump this person and go to that person. You know, this is actually very toxic if I go into deep and explain the energy that I got from that person. But then I was very clear like, yeah, not my kind of person. But it was work based, so I had to, you know, be around that person, so I can't just cut that person off. It is work, so I have to interact. So I kept it to a minimal ki like jitna chahiye utna, so that it doesn't disturb the work. But the next day there was a lot of energy manipulation that it made me feel like, actually, you know what, conclusion that I came yesterday was actually not true. Maybe this person might not be that way, maybe this is the real truth. But then the third time I met this person, I genuinely did not speak to that person. Even before I went to that location, my mood was already pissed off. Like, I was genuinely in a very, very, very great mood today before going to work. But then and after a while, the moment ki like, okay, I have to now be there in that location for work. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start getting ready. And I started packing everything, and already my mood is off. I'm already very pissed off because I could feel that person's energy from wherever he was, because energy never lies, vibe never lies. I could already feel that that person was coming to me because to shield all of himself from all the bad karma through my light, through all of the abundance that God had blessed me, or even to use me as a symbol of status or as power or his whatsoever in this 3D world. Like, you know, and I was already pissed off, but I did not know why until and unless I met that person in work, and then I came back home, and then I'm realizing, like, oh my God. And then it hit me, and I'm like, oh my God. And then after that, I watch a video of a channel tarot message where she's literally describing the same experience that I had, and that is making me even more like, oh my God. And like my reaction just went, oh my God. Like, are you seeing the craziness in my reaction? Like, it is so crazy. This is exactly what I mean, guys. If you're ever marrying a person, please marry a person for love and for nothing else. Because I kept saying all of this stuff on Instagram, like, I'm marrying this person, I'm gonna go alimony because I don't know when this person will end up cheating. If you think that, I agree, you genuinely don't know how a person might end up doing, because, you know, like, you never know. You think you can trust this person, tomorrow kalko you see this person cheated on you and you lost everything because of that person. And I feel like this total situation can completely be avoided if we just start trusting our intuition more. Because if I tell you the man on the outside looks well built, tall, muscular body, nice, everything, so it feels like there's nothing wrong in dating that person. But I know the real reason of why I don't want to date that person. Because if I said this to another person, if I showed you the guy, you'll be like, Varsha, are you being for real? This guy, huh? Like, that is how. But I mean, that is how I mean. That is exactly what I mean. Like, all of this trouble can be saved if we could just trust our intuition, because our intuition literally, it is like, you know what I believe our intuition is. It is literally like our higher selves communicating to us through intuition. Like, now, in this reality, in this day, after three encounters with that person, now I know how that person is and what are his intentions with me, and intention behind his approach, or even behind his every conversation with me, I can tell now. So it is like I am telepathically across all the space and time, I am telepathically sending a message to myself, like, behind those days before this incident happened, and I'm trying to send that to her through intuition. This is what I would describe intuition as, because there is no other logical explanation. Because after all this deep overthinking of me, even intuitively, this is the logical explanation that I've come to on what intuition is. And as I go deeper in this path of spirituality, like, when I say I am literally a very spiritual person, but I am not a religious person. Please do not misunderstand being religious and being spiritual. I am a spiritual person. I don't believe in religions. But then again, I do not hate on any religions. I accept all religions. It's a personal choice. A person can be whichever religion that they want to be. It's a complete personal choice. But just, I don't believe in religion. I believe that God is everywhere. God is one. We don't need to fight over my God is great, your God is great. No, all of that. I will make another video on God and all this religious and spirituality, and why religion was ever made in the first place, and how is it different from spirituality, and how is it interconnected, and what are the pros and cons, and why it was started in the first place, why religion was ever created in the first place, and what it has become now in present day, to versus why it was created in the first place by all of the people who are long back, even before BC, before everything, like to early dates of millions of years ago, when we humans like started evolving from apes, or started evolving from all of the monkeys that we evolved from. And that is exactly what I mean, from all the chimpanzees or the monkeys that we evolved into. And that is what intuition is. And so that is why, guys, please trust your intuition when it comes to love, when it comes to dating. And if we actually go down this path of intuition, we will be, see, now this is exactly what I mean. When a person tries to manipulate your energy, I think I did not explain this, I forgot to explain this. I'll tell you what is energy manipulation. Now imagine a person who actually, let's take two people. There is one person who has a lot of good karma. Okay, that person is blessed by God, and that person is genuinely a very kind and a pure angelic soul who is very empath. And that person has unconditional love for the world and all the men and women who are that way. Now there will be another type of people who sort of use such people into getting whatever that they want. Like, now what happens is, this is real. When I say this is very real, and you will experience this in life, and you can test this out. I'll make another video on this, because this is already becoming a very long video, but I feel like 48:18 on the timer. I feel like this topic is not over, so I'll end the explanation in like 5 minutes and then end the video. But I will definitely continue this in some other video, and then you can check them out, which I'll make in the future and I'll post them. Another person will, their soul, like, this doesn't happen consciously. This is not our conscious brain. This is our subconscious brain, our super conscious brain. Our super higher conscious will be able to see, like, this person has a lot of good karma, has God by their side. So this person will be like, wait, I have a lot of bad karma, so I'll have to face a lot of difficulties, I have to face a lot of all of this delays and all of this drama in my life. I can just go be with this person. So this person's good karma will also come to me. It is literally like, imagine a person, and this person has a lot of light. A person who has a good karma has a lot of light. And the other person, Now the other person who has done a lot of bad karma actually has a lot of bad, like they have zero light. So when they come here, it is like they get inside this light. So they're actually shielded from everything. Like this light will also go upon them. So what happens now? This person has all this light, all this abundance, all this good karma, and this person who doesn't have any good karma will try to energetically manipulate you into thinking like that person doesn't have any bad intentions about you. They want best for you. They love you, they're kind to you, they understand you. You feel like, oh, this is actually a good person, like they want the best for me. They want everything to happen the way I want it to happen. They are with me. But then one day you end up realizing this person they did not actually love me. They were with me because they were getting something from me, and that is your light. And all the other stuff that they were getting in this 3D world, physical intimacy or love or money or whatsoever, then you will end up realizing. Now that is exactly what I mean by energy manipulation. Like, one thing is mental manipulation, where a person manipulates you consciously, but this is manipulation energetically. It's like super conscious or subconscious brain manipulation. And this is why it was very important for me to give you that example of that person. First day I was very clear on how that person was. I put him in his place. But the second day there was confirmation burp twice, and I think I might be getting the third burp as well. Here it comes. 3 burps. The confirmations are crazy. 50-54 on the timer. And this is exactly what I mean. Like, universe will be sending you signs through outside, through angel numbers, or anything that is outside of you, through nature or through people, or through even videos that pop up on your phone sometimes. Like, I know you believe that it's algorithm, the phone's AI, which is actually based on your history and based on all your search history and everything, and your frequent searches, or what you generally watch and all of that. Like, uske hisab se algorithm, you get that. Like, I get that. Like, I understand that part of the AI and how technology works. But at the same time, there will be, I mean, at least if you believe in magic and all of that stuff, this is real. And at least once when you experience this, you will understand what I mean this. And I'm getting this vibe like I really have to explain this to you so that you really know what I'm talking about, or else I feel like you won't believe me, or you will sort of be skeptic about this, or like hesitate to sort of trust your intuition of what I'm telling that you should trust. And this is what I mean. Like, how did I pick this up? See, I'll tell you, there will be 2 type of collective that will be watching this video. The first type of collective will be like, what kya bakwas hai ye? Like, what is she even telling? Like, what is all of this? This doesn't make sense. There is no proof that this is real. Now that is the one type of collective. Second type of collective will be like, they're trying to understand, like, what is she saying? People who are spiritual will genuinely 100% know what I mean. They'll be like, oh girl, this is real. Like, I get you. Like, I understand you. Like, we got you. And that is the second type of people, for who are spiritual people, who will genuinely know, because you need to sort of have an enlightened thinking or seeing things from a higher perspective, and you will know what I exactly mean. These are the only 2 logical reasons that will come up. Either there will be like bakwas, or either second will be like, oh, this might be real. Like, I didn't know this was a real thing. And you will know if this is real or not by the way you feel. Like, what are you feeling right now? What is your body telling you when you're hearing this information? Are you scared? Or is this exciting you? You find this interesting and you want to explore this. Like, it is your body telling you. If you're getting scared, you feel like, oh my god, what is this? A superpower. This is literally like so scary or everything. That literally shows like there were times maybe in your life where your intuition tried to speak to you, but you think that confirmation that it's from a place. Like, I see all of my cough, burps as confirmations, because it has been proven through my experience that it is real. Because I have nourished and conditioned my brain in that way. Like, I only want them to come in this situation when things are true, because that is how our bodies do. It is like you're literally it's like setting body clocks. You want to wake up. Like, if you start waking up every day at 5 a.m., there will be a day where you don't need alarm at all. Like, you can just wake up, because your body has been set to that time. Your body knows ki like, okay, 5 baj gaye. सुबह के 5 है, it's 5 in the AM, I can get up now, you don't even need alarm. Now that is exactly what happens throughout so many months. Now I've conditioned my brain intuitively ki like, if this is real, then only give me a burp, or else please don't bother. And I've made it very clear to my brain. And that is first thing. Second, when a cough or a like yawn or burps come, I have made it so clear that I should believe it, and I believe it. That's why now every time I cough or I get a yawn or I even get a burp, I feel like yes, it's true. Because over the time, it's not like you get a cough or you get a burp, it's true. I have made it true for me. Like, this is the rule that I have set for me, and I've conditioned my body this way so that I can make things work the way I want them to work for me. Like this is what you can do. You can set a certain rules in your life, like this is how I want it to work for me, and condition your brain into it, and then condition your body into it, and believe that when it shows up. So when you get signs from your universe, when the universe tells you like, oh, this person is actually not good for me, like I don't sort of like, it's for a second you feel like I can't trust this. Even see, instinct or intuition is that primary instinct. It's like, what do you do when a person comes and slaps you? Your first instinct is anger, that is the reaction. But then you switch to your logical cell, you will be calm, you'll be like, why did you slap me? Now you become calm, and then you become attached from you become detached from the situation, and then you talk to that person, why did you slap me? But your first basic instinct was anger, because that person disrespected you, because they physically abused you by slapping you. I mean, until and unless you deserved it and you did something, like you did something that you got that, like you abused her or you abused him, and that person did that as an act of self prevention or self protection, then that is a different thing. But out of nowhere, a person pops up for no goddamn reason, slaps you, you'll be angry. That is your primary instinct, and that is what your intuition, or that is what your intuition works on. That is the basis or the primary theory of what your intuition works on. And you can use your intuition for literally everything, to attract the type of person that you want, to attract the kind of people that you want, to attract the kind of opportunities that you want. Even if you want to make millions of money, you can even do it through intuition, but you should just know how. And it is different for every person, because we all humans are built differently, even though we all have the same core, or even though we all come from God, we all are different. It's like plants. There are so many types of plants. There are shrubs, there are herbs, there are saplings, there are so many types of plants, but we all call them plants as a common name, plants. But there are different type of plants, and each and every plant, you grow them with different manure, you take care of them with different fertilizers, and you harvest them in different ways. That is how we all together as human beings have a basic structure of how we function biologically, physically, mentally. But at the same time, we all are unique, and we all are individually different, and we all function different ways. We all have different tactics. That is why something which works for me will not work for you. But that doesn't mean that it's true. You just need to find a way and make it work for you. And that is what I mean. Find your way of making confirmations through universe, through science, through your ancestors who passed away, who are looking after you, your loved ones who passed away looking after you, or if you believe in angels, spirit guides, or even God or the universe, whatever you believe in, they will communicate to you through your outside science, through all the creatures that are outside you, like dogs, animals, birds, even snakes, or anything, or even through other humans. And most importantly, when there's energy manipulation, as I told you, they will try to fake things. Sometimes they'll even try to manipulate those signs energetically. So when will you know? In that 1 second when the guard is down. Because if you're pretending, if you're manipulating a person, even if it's energetic manipulation, at least there will be 1 second where you will lose control, because you will be caught up in a moment of something else. And in that 1 second, you will know. See, I am a person, I believe that if I ever get a bad thought about a person, I don't get those thoughts for no reason. Like, even when I'm dating a person, if I ever get a thought like, I don't want to be with this man now, like for no reason, I get this thought, like everything is going good with it. And this has genuinely happened in past. Like, I was dating a person, it felt like he was like I was dating that person, and I felt like all of a sudden, like, I don't want to date this person anymore. And then later I realized like this person was actually not my match and we are so different. And if I'd actually continued to date with that person, I genuinely wouldn't have been happy with that person. And because once I get a bad thought about a person, it could be anything. If you get a thought like, oh, that person is actually cheating on me. Now, it is one thing to intuitively pick up what the other person is thinking, and it is another thing to overthink and make stories because of your insecurities, because of your faults and mistakes. So your intuition will be correct most of the time, but sometimes your thoughts will also come from your insecurities. So first make sure that you have tamed all your insecurities, that you have tamed up all your mistakes, or you have forgiven yourself and all the other people who have caused you a lot of baggage, who have caused you all who have put you through everything that you didn't want to be put through, that you didn't deserve. This will only happen when you have reached your highest state of your version, or else you will overthink for everything. And sometimes it is fine. Sometimes even I feel like, what is my intuition trying to say? Sometimes even I feel like, like, but it happens. We are not perfect. Okay, like we humans, we are not perfect at all, not even for a second. So we all make mistakes. Sometimes we misread our intuition, and that is completely fine. And that is completely fine. And the video has already reached 1 hour. To be honest, I don't care. I really want to finish the message that I want to say, and this is important to me, and I don't want to put it into part 2. So it is fine. Sometimes we do not understand our intuition. Sometimes we misread, and that is completely fine. Like, I'm not 100%, I don't listen to intuition. Like, I try my best to listen to my intuition, but sometimes I don't have the energy or the patience or the time to like listen to my intuition. And in that moment I get so angry on myself. Be like, my higher self is trying to send me a message into, so that she can take care of me, so that I do things that actually nourish me and that make me happy. But here I am not listening to it because I might not be, patient at that time, or I don't have time at that time. Genuinely zero patience. I'll be in hurry. That is completely fine. It is okay to make mistakes. Sometimes you don't listen to it. Sometimes you make mistakes in your life, and that is completely fine. But at least most of the times, if you listen to your intuition, trust me, half of your problems will be solved. 1144 on the timer. Half of your problems will be solved. Even your love problems, even your career, even your parents, family, all of your problems will be solved if you just listen to your intuition. Because if you're getting a certain thoughts, there must be a reason why you're getting that thought. Either it is influenced by if you think your partner is cheating on you, either you're getting that thought because you're insecure, or second, that person might have already cheated on you but is hiding from you, or that person is having thoughts like, it's fine if I go on a date with another girl, if I flirt with somebody else, or if I text her, sext her on a phone or something, and she wouldn't find out. Only two reasons: either you're insecure, or that person is actually thinking that and you're picking it up intuitively. Now when you confront that person, if that person genuinely is not that way, and if it's coming from your insecurity, then that is where you need to improve now. But if that person, and you have healed everything about you, and there is nothing, and it is genuinely that person who is actually cheating on you, but that person is manipulating you, you're like, "Arey, nahi, baby, no, I'm not cheating on you. No, I would never do that. No. You think I will cheat on you? No. And that is manipulation. And that person will make you feel like, oh my god, I was so crazy. I told with my guy. Oh my god, my guy is he's so kind, he's so sweet. He would never cheat on me. He would never. But here is that person. Like, this is general neutral, even as a woman. Oh no, my girlfriend will never cheat on me. But there she was cheating because you didn't listen to your intuition. That was it for the video, guys, to be honest. That was the video. That is what I wanted to tell. And do whatever you want to do with this information. You can apply this in your life if you don't want to, or it is up to you, because I can't force you. You do what you want to do. It's your life. It's completely. And think twice before even coming in my comment section and putting nonsense comments. And if you felt resonated with this, go ahead and put your thoughts or your perspective. I would love to hear your perspective, but at the same time use your discernment. And That is the thing. That is all, guys. So I will see you guys in my next video. I just got way too comfortable with you guys because like this is the first ever video where I'm even like made 1 hour 4 minutes. Like I'm literally sitting on my bed. It just feels like I'm talking to my friends, like my girl best friend, or like to a guy friend with whom I'm comfortable. It feels like a family more than friends. You know, it feels like I'm talking to a person who's my family, and it's like I'm literally chilling and I'm explaining you like how I would explain to a person who's close to me. Not even like a friend, not even like a girlfriend or like a guy friend. And I'm just explaining, and it's nice that I'm this comfortable with you, and I hope you guys actually enjoyed the video and the message or whatever that is that I was trying to make you guys understand, because this will genuinely solve half of your problems. Like even now when I meet, like the message is already over. Now this is me hanging out with you guys and sharing a little bit of insights. Like when I genuinely meet a person, I just listen to my intuition. Like at this point I put zero brain work. I just listen to my body. I just listen what my body and my intuition is trying to say. And after 2 to 3 meets with a person, sort of I will, even you will be able to tell in a first time. But energy manipulation, uski wajah se I sometimes take like the benefit of doubt. And then second or third time I will be able to tell. Most, all you need is 3 meets, max 3 meets. Unless that person is really good in energy manipulation. You know, like you're not able to tell what are the intentions with this person. And confirmation burp, unless that person is really good in energy manipulation, you might need more. But at the same time, please listen to your dreams. Your dreams are real. Like most of my dreams that I get, they become true. And sometimes I get dreams something like about an incident that happens after 2 years, and when that incident happens, I'm like, deja vu. And then I realize that I've seen this in my dream. And now it's becoming a reality. And I'm like, so every time I dream of something, about a person, about anything, of how they are behaving in my dream, what they are saying to me, what they are doing to me, and what they are making me feel, and what are my emotions, like am I happy, am I sad, am I crying, or am I angry? Based on that emotion, I actually see like, okay, if this person in my life is everything is fine with that person, then why did I have a dream where I'm angry with this person? Like why did I have a dream where this person is doing this to me? Then people show their real selves in your dream, and that is your highest self. Confirmation by the lizard. And you don't have to believe in lizards. I believe in lizards. Over the years I have trained, over especially the last few months in my spiritual journey, where I got in deep with my spiritual practices, or with my spiritual journey, with constant prayer with God and constant in touch with God, with through prayer and meditation and everything, I've made that like it is real for me. So when I say that, it is so true. Please listen to your dreams. Your dreams are real. If you're thinking a thought, if you're even getting a certain dream, there must be a reason why you're getting that dream in the first place. Either you're insecure, like it has something to do with you, like not you being insecure. Maybe you could be, but it has something to do with you, or it has something to do with them. There can be only two logical, like I'm trying to be as logical as I can, because I also want to touch the logical collective of people, not just the spiritual or the intuitive people who believe in tarot and channeled messages and intuitive and spiritual messages, but also the logical people, because I genuinely believe that this is a really good information that we humans can use. And if we sort of master on this intuitiveness and all of this, we will genuinely go to our next stage of evolution, of like monkeys to humans, humans to next stage. Like even the way we look could change, the way we talk, the way we communicate could change. Like this is literally the next stage of evolution, if we were to somehow master and discover what is this intuition, and how all of this is possible. Like, how are we able to communicate telepathically through intuition, through different people, through our higher self, even through God? That everything that we feel, how is this possible? We will literally be able to decode this and use this in all of our daily lives. And be careful, if you ever use all this good information that I'm giving you for illegal stuff, for bad stuff, karma will get you, because karma is real. You get what you give. If you give good energy into this world, if you're a kind person, you will get that back. But if you try to use a good opportunity and you think like, oh, nothing will happen, the universe is all about balance, and this is physics. This is literally physics. See, if you don't believe in karma, people who do not believe in karma, I genuinely find that stupid, because I have a logical explanation. Karma is all about balance. To be honest, karma can be bad karma, good karma, and we say good karma as dharma, or like, good karma. But karma is basically what you do. The real definition of karma is not bad. Karma is what you did. What you did is good, so good karma. What you did is bad, bad karma. So if you did good, good will come to you, because it is balancing. So if you are a person who are so kind, who are so loving, and you came across many people who did not love you, and now you lost faith in love, friendships, people who will actually love you will come to your life, because the universe has to balance you now. And if you are a person who has done a lot of bad karma, you have done a lot of illegal stuff in this society or in this world, which I cannot even tell now. If you have done that depths of bad karma, that will come back to you, because it is all about balance. And what you get, like literally Newton's third law, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and even balancing, the scale of balancing, this is also physics measurement, balance. Universe is all about balance. At the end of the day, this world is all about balance, and when there's an imbalance, the balance will try to come. And what sort of balance will come to you is depending on what you give. Newton's third law of physics. Use your logic, use your common sense. This is the only answer I have for people who say karma is not real. I don't believe in that. That is why do not ever use any messages, especially that I give, that you get from my channel, because you will definitely get bad karma, because it is real. So please use all your knowledge for the greater good, for the greater love of God, and for the higher frequency of love, and for all the divine being, and for the higher good. Or else please don't even bother, don't even take the message, don't even watch my video. Just please mind your own business and just don't bother. 11:55, 11:55 on the timer. 111 intuition. Wow, it just become 11:203. Oh my god, all the signs are right here, and this is exactly where I was meant to be. This is exactly where you were meant to be. And just go and listen to your intuition. And I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care.